Let me tell you a little story about Washington. In case you missed it, this is what's been happening in the last 24 hours. The 1,500-page spending bill that Congress tried to jam in yesterday just got hacked down to 116 pages. Congress just cut 1,400 pages of spending. I've never witnessed that before, but I've been doing this for over 20 years. Kamala's electric bus program, gone. The $15 million to make recycling more accessible, that's gone. The 12 biolabs, vax mandates, gain of function, gone. The law that puts them above the law, so you can't look at Congress's emails, gonzo. The Obamacare exemption for members of Congress, that's gone too. Oh, and the $6,000 pay raise they were going to try to give themselves, no more. But they did keep the $3 million to inspect the molasses inspectors. Nothing's worse than bad molasses. Can't take that risk. Huge loss for the molasses lobby. Big molasses, not happy. Either way, it was a big win for Trump and Doge, and this is the best Congress is going to do.
The plan that's on the table currently to keep our government open, but also the promise from the only president in my lifetime who's ever followed through on all of his campaign promises to the American people. Excuse me, I'm not done talking. Give me the same respect we give you guys. The deal on the table will keep the government open for the American people, and if you guys so choose to shut it down, it will be on you, but not the Republican Party. We will not be going back to the table. This deal stands as it is, so let you go back home on Christmas and explain to your people why you shut down the government, because we won't be doing it.
When Democrats found out the news that they weren't going to get a raise and they weren't going to be able to opt out of Obamacare, they started chanting, "Hell no," inside of their little meeting room. Yeah, they're chanting when they don't get their way. They're chanting. Grown-ups are chanting.
The Musk-Johnson proposal is not serious. It's laughable. Extreme MAGA Republicans are driving us to a government shutdown.
Not serious. Democrats wanted to spend $100 million on migrant farm workers so Gavin Newsom didn't have to pay people to step on his grapes. Axios calls it's a breathtaking preview of the new power centers that will rewire Washington, beginning with Trump's inauguration 32 days from now. The Trump team says it's the new playbook. We don't have to wait that long to figure out what's in these secret spending bills anymore. We can read it on the internet, and Musk can use his megaphone to blast out what's in it. The American people don't have to be held hostage anymore to backroom deals the week before Christmas. Taxpayers shouldn't get stuck up and have our money wasted on donor pet projects so politicians can get reelected. We're catching these shady politicians in the act now. Vance barged into Mike Johnson's office in the middle of the night, and in 48 hours, the bill died, and a new one was born, and the American people had more of a say. And this just in. The new bill is dead. Only 2 Democrats voted for it, and 38 Republicans voted against it. The Republicans didn't like that it raised the debt ceiling without enough spending to make up for it. Hey, guys, the debt ceiling is going to get raised. Everybody knows it. And if you want spending cuts, which we all do, you've had a month to hash it out. You're supposed to go into a room together, outline the cuts, outline the spending, and stick together. That's what political parties are supposed to do. But you're leaving this all to the last second like a bunch of kids. So if they can't get it done, they're going to shut down the government. The Democrats are about to shut the government down unless they get a raise. Democrats just voted against disaster relief, aid for farmers, pay for the military, and to keep the government open because the bill didn't have their pork and a pay raise. Our friend Newt Gingrich has said that there have been 21 shutdowns since 1976. Anyone remember any of those? Country survived all of them. Something tells me we're going to see a lot more shutdowns during the second Trump term.
It was a bipartisan agreement. This is done. Everyone's packing up their offices, making their Christmas travel plans, and all of a sudden it wasn't done. Buckle up, everyone. This is probably what governing looks like in 2025.
Both parties cooked up an ugly $100 billion bill in a back room, and it got blown up because it was full of trash. And the media's mad. Why? Because Congress might have to change their Christmas travel plans? Who cares? This is their job. What does Jen Psaki care that a congressman had to reschedule their flight back to Michigan? Who cares? MSNBC's worried that things are not going smoothly, so we should just keep doing what we've been doing for the last 4 years. That hasn't worked, Jenny. That's why Biden lost. Joe Biden's checked out, and he's not even negotiating the spending bill.
Every day, more and more, it is shocking Biden's absence. Like, part of me wonders, like, where's your manhood? Like, I can't see George W. Bush or Bill Clinton allowing the incoming president to dominate. Where's Biden's pride?
Democrats have the White House and the Senate, and Trump, Musk, and Johnson are calling the shots. And Democrats know it. The media isn't even reporting what's in the bill. The media, just like they hid Biden, just like they hid the laptop, they're covering this whole thing up. And the Democrats are mad that Musk put a spotlight on the spending that caused this inflation.
This is an unelected oligarch who appears to be running our government.
He's not just Trump's co-president. I think that's way too low a title. He's the head dude in charge.
And eventually they're going to have to get together and decide who the president is.
These guys are just trying to pit Trump and Musk against each other like a little soap opera because they have nothing else to do. Trump and Musk are working on behalf of the American people, unlike Nancy and Joe, who haven't spoken since the coup. And Soros has been running the Democratic Party for 2 decades. Musk hasn't spent a fraction of what Soros has, and he's not electing prosecutors to spark a crime wave. And what do you mean decide who the president is? Democrats let Clooney, an actor, decide Biden isn't president anymore. And The View just hatched a new conspiracy theory. Listen.
I think Elon Musk believes he's president. I do.
Well, you've been calling him vice president.
I've called him vice president. I called him president because I don't know what JD is doing. I hardly ever. I don't remember the last time we even talked about JD.
You're right. He's planning the presidency when they get rid of Trump.
So you think it's Musk, Musk Vance?
Possible.
Hey, you know who? Stay away from the stairways. Because, people put the leg out to trip you going down the stairs. Watch out.
So Vance and Musk are going to gang up and knock out Trump? Ladies, we don't do coups. You do coups. Musk knows his place. A source from the Trump team says Musk's power flows only from the president-elect. There are things Elon doesn't agree with us on that he ain't getting. Trump's running the show. And the world's richest man wants us to get out of debt. They think that's a problem? How about, thank you, Mr. Musk. We could have used you $35 trillion ago. Democrats just blew through $2 billion and left their party out of power and in debt.
Elon Musk is puppeteering Donald Trump right now. He bought that presidency.
You said that Elon bought the presidency, right? Elon spent what? How much they said he spent on Trump's campaign? Like $200 million?
No, $250 million.
$250 million.
$250 billion.
So how does that get you? A presidency, but the over $1 billion that the VP raised doesn't?
Good question. Democrats just tried to buy the White House and lost. Trump won with half as much money. Remember, Trump's a billionaire too. He's not easy to bribe like Joe Biden, whose family got caught with their hand out looking for diamonds and Porsche panoramas. Now, the media is not curious why Biden's AWOL, not at all. Trump's giving Congress a public spanking, and no one's stopping it. The American people voted for a complete upheaval, and here we are. Democracy's messy, so it gets a little messier. It's going in the right direction. That we know. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.